absolutely adore a hot, savory breakfast, and this hash is just that. Now, traditionally a hash utilizes leftover meats and veggies and spices that you might already have in your cupboard, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So I've got some of yesterday's potatoes. We just steamed or boiled a few extra, which is what we're going to use. But instead of adding spices and leftover silverside or something like that, I'm actually going to use chorizo, which is a spicy sausage anyway, so all of the flavor is going to come from there. So I'm going to dice that up quite small, not quite a mince, but still all about 5 to 7 mil sort of dice, just so that it's a nice consistent size that you can still just eat this with a fork if you wanted to. You don't need a knife. So there's quite a lot of fat in here. I'm not going to add any fat to our pan. I actually want some of our chorizo fat to render, which is going to help to cook our potatoes and our onion. So even though this is a breakfast dish in most households, you really could eat it any time, especially because we are utilizing leftovers. So I'm just going to do enough for 2 serves here, but the recipe would be probably enough for 4 serves, especially if you wanted to serve it with some bread on the side. So we're getting a little bit of color on our chorizo, and we're starting to see some of that fat render out. So I'm happy to put in our potatoes at this point. They are already cooked, so we just need to get them heated through. But the fat in there will also give some of them, if not all of them, a little bit of a crust, which is what we're looking for because that's extra flavor. So I'm going to toss those through. So I'm going to cut up the onion even finer dice. I sort of want this to be able to sprinkle through. So I'm going to wait to add this until our potatoes got a little bit more color on it. So I might also prepare our parsley. Just want a fine dice, a fine sprinkle over the top. A little bit of vibrancy, a little bit of color, a little bit of freshness, because everything else is hot and rich. So I'll pop that to the side. Now you could fry your eggs straight into this dish and pop it into the oven until the yolks and the whites are just set. I'm going to fry mine separately today just as an alternative so that we can still see all of that gorgeous hash but still have crispy edges on our eggs. So just a fine dice of our parsley. You can put whole leaves there if you wish. You could use other herbs if you wish. Parsley is quite frequently used with chorizo or Spanish dishes, and we're using it's almost a patatas bravas in the making in terms of a Spanish tapas dish. So we'll continue to honor that. Then we'll give everything a toss through and I'll get my eggs frying. So we made sure we had a really nice hot pan so that our edges of our eggs get crispy, but our yolks are still really nice and soft and runny. So I've got some of our parsley straight over our hash. So we're sort of doing a bit of an English dish, but with Spanish flavors here. So I'm just gonna really carefully strain most of that oil off before I place our eggs on top. And that way we can serve this straight from the pan and everyone can just dig right in. A little bit more parsley over there. But there's our really easy, utilizing leftovers, potato and chorizo hash.